Hello and welcome. This is At the Track, covering the sport of kings. Coming up, Caribbean men logged 4 victories in Gulfstream Park horse racing in Florida this past weekend. An update from Trinidad and Tobago on the impact of the racing shutdown at Santa Rosa Park. And Jamaica's United Trainers Association President Ryan Darby talks about the anguish racing operatives are enduring at Caymanas Park. First to Florida, where 2 Jamaicans, jockey Rajiv Mirage and trainer Jose Pinchin, shared 4 wins this past weekend.
Mirage's 3-win weekend kicked off Thursday in a fine come-from-behind score in the US $25,000 maiden-claiming third race aboard the 6-1 bet Legendary Prince. He's in the green cap here, closing in third, preparing for an outside challenge.
To the top of the stretch, it's Leonel Reyes, and it's By Chance, who turned for home on top by 2. Weekend Dreamer second, Legendary Prince down the stand side for Mirage, and he's moving pretty well. 1/8 of a mile to go. It's now Legendary Prince, who's up on the outside to take the lead. Legendary Prince under a hand ride, and he's moving away. Legendary Prince in his turf debut is a 3-length winner.
Mirage, who earlier this month achieved 1,900 career wins, confidently steers the 6-1 shot Legendary Prince to a surprise victory by 3 1/4 lengths over the 2-1 favourite Weekend Dreamer for trainer Herbert Miller. 55.81 seconds the winning time for the 5-furlong sprint on turf.
Mirage would have 2 more wins before the weekend was out, but it was the Jamaican trainer Jose Pinchin making the headlines for the Caribbean with a win on Saturday as the Barbadian Safi Joseph Jr. had a blank weekend and lost the trainer's lead to top American Todd Pletcher.
The US claiming 3-year-old and upward 6-furlong sprint this Saturday's 6th race. Pinchin's entry here, the 1-horse Poseidon, lying second and ready to pounce.
With a 1/4 of a mile left to go, Big Spender comes off the turn with the lead to the attack. Poseidon now second. Over the top and Flawless Moon from third. Warak still running home pretty well. He just cut the corner inside. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go. Big Spender trying to repel the challenge of Poseidon on the outside. Big Spender the leader. Poseidon continues to grind at him. Poseidon's getting to him. Poseidon to the top. 2 in a row for Poseidon under Mario Fuentes going away in the end.
In a time of 1 minute 11.78 seconds for 6 furlongs, Poseidon with the upset win at 11-1 odds on the jockey Mario Fuentes. The first win this of the new spring meet season for trainer Jose Pinchin, whose big Jamaica victories at Caymanas Park before he migrated in 2001 included Tassie Wassie in the 1998 1,000 guineas. Poseidon scores by a length and a quarter, toppling the 2-1 front-running favourite Big Spender, who was claimed after the $20,000 sixth race by Barbadian Safi Joseph Jr. Back to the Rajiv Mirage show now. The first of his 2 wins on Sunday's card came in the maiden-claiming 3-year-old and upward third race, this time displaying a perfect front-running ride aboard the 6-1 bet Ingrido. Peter Yellow picks up the call with the field leaving the backstretch.
Ingredo fights now with on the outside strong ending. 2.5 clear of Concilium, who's trying to rebid third. Mighty Fast under a full out drive now. 4th back to 5th and Bip Bip full power. Nick is last and Ingredo is fighting to hold it. 1/4 of a mile left to go. Ingredo on the inside. Strong ending on the outside. Their heads apart after 3/4 and 1:11-2. Bip Bip full power has got a shot here for Fuentes. He just saved the corner toward the inside and is now third. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go. Ingredo is still the leader. Strong ending takes another run at him from second. Bip Bip full power third at the inside, but through it all Ingredo is still finding, and Ingredo on the board at 6-1. He'll win it under Rajiv Mirage by 3 in the end.
A winding 3 lengths the victory margin for Ingredo, posting the upset win over the even money favourite Strong Ending, clocking 137.99 for the 1-mile trip. The 34-year-old Mirage had to work harder for his second win on Sunday. He was aboard the 9-1 bet Eternal Peace, poised on the outside here for the challenge, but they are about 5 horses in front of him at this stage.
They're at the top of the stretch. Rearranged just keeps closing into the clear now. Here's the run from Come Storming. Stand side in Eternal Peace. Winnipeg Wonder's 50-1 and she's still in front. Down the center, Eternal Peace is lifting late. Here comes Eternal Peace at Winnipeg Wonder. Winnipeg Wonder digging. Eternal Peace surging. Here's a late run from Talking Book. It's a photo finish.
Rajiv Mirage in fine form there, closing the double, steering Roger Atfield's Ireland-bred 4-year-old filly Eternal Peace to a good win by a head. And for the 3rd time over the weekend, Mirage topping a favourite en route to victory. This time the 3-1 betting choice, Talking Book, is denied. 136.45 the winning time for the 1-mile trip on turf.
Let's go to that update now on Trinidad and Tobago's racing, stalled since the 14th of March when Nuclear Power scored that fine win in the Santa Rosa Dash under a brilliant Wilmer Galvez ride. Because of the COVID-19 outbreak, there has been no racing since then at Santa Rosa Park, and at the moment, no clue on when there could be a restart.
We're just days short of 6 weeks that there's been no horse racing in Trinidad and Tobago, and with the Arima Race Club staff sent on no pay leave, a restart is nowhere in sight. An only minimally maintained racetrack at Santa Rosa Park means horses are not in full galloping mode, just half-paced or trotting a few days per week. The ARC's current approach during the COVID-19 shutdown, President Robert Bernard says, is to continue online betting for Florida's Gulfstream Park horse racing, which, though it generates only small finances, helps, Bernard says, to maintain at least some security and maintenance at the track, which is intermittently open for exercise. Just a few ARC staffers out some mornings to supervise the track's limited operations. No timelines available for the resumption of TNT racing, made even more unclear because many owners have shifted horses from their racing paddocks to various farms as a cost reduction measure. And these thoroughbreds will need time to become race ready when that go-ahead finally comes for the full reopening of Santa Rosa Park.
And finally to Jamaica, President of the United Racehorse Trainers Association, Ryan Darby, is bemoaning the current state of Jamaica's horse racing industry, reeling under the devastating effects of COVID-19. More in this George Davis report.
Under a directive from the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission, the local regulators of the industry, racing at Caymanas Park was suspended indefinitely on the 21st of March, following the closure of Caymanas Park. The parish of St. Catherine, where the track is located, has entered a period of lockdown mandated by the government following a spike in COVID-19 cases. Ryan Darby, however, is pleading with the government to provide exemptions to the lockdown for those responsible for the day-to-day care of horses.
We need access to the horses, we need the grassmen need access to get grass, the feed man need access to get feed. It's not I keep telling people, it's not a factory where you turn off the breaker and they leave it there and come out tomorrow. It's flesh and blood and they are very delicate. So that's the thing about it. They will die just like that. And hopefully there's horse racing after COVID.
Darby believes even after racing resumes at Caymanas Park, it may be some time before spectators are allowed inside the facility. Therefore, he's calling on Supreme Ventures Racing and Entertainment Limited, the promoters of horse racing at Caymanas Park, to further develop their online betting platform, MBet. He's also issuing a request for the promoters to relax some of the requirements needed for punters to activate an online betting account.
We restrict the public at OTBs or whatever form. Try and ramp up the online betting. Right now you need a proof of address to get an account. When I go to the track and buy a horse from $10,000, I walk in and I buy it and I walk back out. Why I can't bet on my phone? The same principle. I don't show ID to buy a bet at the OTB or the racetrack. So I don't say, and I'm not saying you don't need at least an ID, you know. What I'm saying is proof of address and the amount of we got to get an account. It's making it difficult for the average Jamaican, for most of the average gamblers to get an account, and that's our problem with online betting. Because if we have the proper online betting, would be in a better position for the company to be more profitable and fit to run racing.
This has been At the Track, covering top stories and exciting races in the sport of kings. Check us out again next week.